Hi, this is Michael on the basketball court at Pendleton Park saying, "Bless your stars." I always get interested in these parks, mainly because I want to know whom they're named after. And right now, I can't find exactly who Pendleton Park is named for. There was an early mayor of Harlingen in the 1920s, a guy named Miller V. Pendleton. And in 1953, there was a war hero whose last name was Pendleton from the Korean War, who died in 1953. But we probably think that it was named after the Harlingen local. Pendleton Park is a wonderful park. It is 53 acres, and there's some really big changes coming according to the city. So come with me while we explore a little bit of Pendleton Park. One very interesting document that is available on the internet, you would just Google City of Harlingen, PROST, is the Parks, Recreation, Open Space, and Trails Plan that was adopted on November 13th, 2025. It outlines the city's plans for all of the city parks and improvements that are going to be made, especially at Pendleton Park. They're going to build a 2-story indoor recreation center where people can exercise, take cooking classes, and all sorts of things in the comfort of air conditioning. One of the earliest mentions I can find in the Valley Morning Star is from 1954 when E.W. Windy Hill reported that the 6-unit tennis court project had been completed at Pendleton Park at the cost of $10,000. The article also mentions that the park is located at the intersection of Grimes and Air Base Road, which I believe is probably now called Morgan Boulevard today. At the time, they were also installing electricity utilities. Here's a very nice mural by the memorial in honor of everyone who served in the military. We have the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Space Force, the Air Force, the Army, and the Coast Guard. Memorial to 23 of Harlingen's best who were killed in action in Vietnam. The date is May 27th, 2024. A truly tragic war, and we'll never forget the people who died for their country, and we'll always be appreciative of them. Here you see there are pavers in the cement here in honor of people who have served and who have fallen. If you are interested in contributing towards a paver, you can contact the people at this number. Starting with World War I. And it's really a grand area here. World War II, the Korean War, the Middle East, Vietnam. And here's the American flag over the memorial. Long may she wave. Of course, when one thinks of Pendleton, you're going to think of our iconic ducks. Here you see some resting on the pier. These guys are pretty bold. They really won't move for much. They're used to people feeding them. And here's our beautiful duck pond with a fountain, the water. I have no idea what kind of duck this is. Are you a duck? You are a duck, right? Not a crow? I think it's a duck. Okay? And we have just about every kind of duck you can think of out here, including whistling ducks. One time, when I was driving to school, there was a big traffic pileup because a goose had stopped all the traffic in that road and was defending his territory and wouldn't let trucks or cars pass. And I think they've actually had to move the geese because they got too troublesome. There's quite a series of walking trails. I'm going to zoom out so we don't invade that man's privacy. But it goes all throughout the park. It's a lovely place to walk, even on hot days, especially on sunny days like this. And the sun is setting in the distance, and there are ducks all over the place and happy people. I'm going to swing to my left here a little bit. You see one of Harlingen's wonderful inclusive playgrounds. I'm not going to get too close because there are people's kids playing on there and I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. But it's a really one of the prettiest playgrounds I've seen. They did a really good job. Here are some of the outdoor exercise equipment. As part of the Prost plan, the city plans to put a roof over this, a shelter, so that you aren't working out in the hot day sun. Here are the tennis courts, part of the HEB Tennis Center. There are people playing on them right now, so I don't want to get too close. Hey guys, I found your missing tennis balls. Here is the HEB Tennis Center. Looks very nice. It won an award from USTA for the Best Tennis Facility Award. I didn't know that was an award, but just because I didn't know it doesn't mean it's still not great. I'm inside the HEB Tennis Center, which I didn't know existed until today, but it is incredible in here. It's super nice. They have this really wonderful mural. You can buy t-shirts here. I guess you can play ping pong if tennis is not your style. Okay, but it's really nice and air conditioned. You can buy drinks in here. And apparently there's a tennis pro here also that can help you with your game. I just spoke to the nicest young lady in there. She confirmed that they do have a tennis pro here that can give lessons and things. And the tennis center is open from 8 to 8. I saw beverages in there. I saw t-shirts. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff that I know nothing about. But if you're at all interested in tennis, this is really something you should check out. I'm very impressed. I don't know why my eyes are wandering like that. This is a big open area of Pendleton next to the swimming pool. And I believe this is where the city is planning to put their $6 million two-story air-conditioned recreation center for people to be able to use to exercise on these August 100-degree days. It's actually been a little tricky filming in this park because it's so popular. There's probably 200 to 300 people playing on the slides and the children's games and walking their dogs and feeding the ducks and practicing tennis, and I don't know, maybe they're swimming in the pool. I didn't go in. But it's really a very useful and wonderful park. Looking back over this video, I realized I really didn't cover everything that's at Pendleton Park. There's going to be pickleball courts, lighted basketball courts, and all kinds of wonderful things. So, when you have a chance, stop by and visit Pendleton Park. My next video is going to be about one of Harlingen's smallest parks. It's called Centennial Park. Do you know where it is? Do you know what you can see there? It's really cool. Tune in again.